Good morning, this is Marcus here from EV Journey and we're going to Madrid. Yes, that's right, we're in Lisbon and we're going to go to Madrid. That's 584 kilometers and then we're going to come back again. So that's right, nearly 1,200 kilometers. Some quick stats: the car's at 89% of battery. Temperature of the battery is 26.5 degrees Celsius and the current temperature outside is 23 degrees Celsius. It is exactly 5:30 in the morning in Lisbon, 6:30 in the morning in Madrid. Let's get going. Let's see how long it's going to take us in an electric vehicle to get from Lisbon to Madrid and then back again. So I've just done 8 kilometers of country roads and now we're just going onto the motorway. So we should have motorway more or less all the way to Madrid. So this is a bit strange. Today there wasn't meant to be hardly any wind, perhaps a little bit of headwind going to Madrid and a little bit of headwind coming back from Madrid. And I've just passed a section that's extremely windy. I don't know if you can see those trees there, probably not. They're really blowing in the wind and I can really feel the wind, but just this section. Hopefully it won't be like that on the whole trip, otherwise I'm going to use a lot more battery than I want to. Let's see. I'm doing this trip because I want to take my family for a long weekend to Madrid one day, and I want to be sure that it's possible to do it in this ID3 electric car. Now this is called the Bug, this ID3, and it's the ID3 with 58 kilowatt hours. So the idea is to get to Madrid as quickly as possible, but I also need to get Madrid as safely as possible. I can't risk running out of electricity in this car. So that's going to decide some part of the plan. Perhaps I will charge for a bit longer than is absolutely necessary. And also, I don't want to do this so that it costs an absolute fortune. But money is the least of my worries. If I can do it safely and quickly, then I'd rather spend a few more euros than spend a few less euros. But I'm going to give you an example now. Now we're just about to come up to a charger in Portugal, and it's 40 cents per kilowatt hour, more or less. In 30 kilometers, there's an Ionity charger in Portugal, and that is almost 90 cents per kilowatt hour. So I might as well stop here at this 50 kilowatt charger. And it's going to be half the price, more or less, and it's probably going to delay me 1, 2, 3 minutes compared to charging at Ionity in Portugal, so that's definitely worth it, half the price for an extra 1 or 2 minutes, if that. The current stats is we've done 84 kilometers and we're at 20.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. We'll definitely do 25 kilometers per 10% of the battery at motorway speed. And also, I don't want to get to chargers with a low percentage. I want to try to get to each charger with around 20%, because then that gives me some choices if there's problems. And I did a video about charging in Portugal and Spain. I'll leave the link below. Use the Mio app. Now, the thing with the Mio app is it's very good, but the price can be extremely expensive or extremely cheap, depending on the day. Now, there's some people who don't like that and they prefer a fixed price. So I've actually found out that there's another card. I don't think the app works, I have to double check. There's another card called Prio, and Prio is available to foreigners. You'll have to order the card, but it's available for foreigners, and they actually give you a fixed price for charging. I'm going to give you the link of Prio below. I'm going to use Prio now, it's a card. And here's the 50 kilowatt charger. Yeah, it's currently 6.22. I should have said that earlier, 6.22. And also another reason for stopping here is I want a cup of tea. This is my Prio card. Just put that there. CCS, very quick. Link the cable to the car. Yeah, we're at 53%. Just to let you know, I'm prepared. In here I've got lots of water, I've got some sandwiches, some apples for the trip, got ice there at the bottom. I probably won't drink all this water. If I do, I'll probably have to stop every 50 kilometers for the toilet facilities. And in here I've got a flask of tea, which I'm going to have now. Charging, it's going to take 15 minutes. It'll end at 6:40 in the morning. So the battery temperature, for people who want to know, is 31.5 degrees Celsius. That's great. And it's currently 25 degrees Celsius outside. So it's 6:45, so just over 20 minutes. I charged to 80%. That cost me €6.26. So that is exactly 40 cents per kilowatt hour, which for a charger right on the motorway is good. We're going to actually charge for a quick top up on Ionity Portugal because it's 174 kilometers to Ionity in Spain, and I want to arrive there with 20%, not 10%, let's say. The second reason we're going to do that is a human reason, because the service station there was shut. It was probably too early in the morning. I need to go to the toilet, so I can put it on a quick charge here in Ionity in Portugal, go to the toilet, hopefully if that one's open, and then we can get heading to Merida. So yeah, so there's a human part to this trip as well. It's not always about the car. And just to let you know, we've only done 93 kilometers. So we've got just under 500 kilometers to go. So there's 138 kilometers to go to the Ionity charger in Merida in Spain, and we've got 229 kilometers on the GOM. So I don't have to stop in Ionity in Portugal, but I'm going to stop in Ionity in Portugal because I really need to go to the toilet. At this Ionity stop in Portugal, we're going to use a charging card from EDP. Now, EDP is probably the biggest electricity company in Portugal. Now, EDP is going to be very important for us in Spain, and I'll explain why after we've charged here. So the time is 7:08, again directly on the motorway, which is perfect. Yes, the service station is open for the win. So I guess these Ionity chargers are working. EDP card, it's just easier. Let's click start. Let's connect this to the car. Now I just get my EDP card. EDP also have an app, but I think EDP in Portugal is just for Portuguese people who have an EDP electricity contract at their homes. You see, 47 kilowatts. Because it's a high state of charge, this is no quicker than what I would be getting at a 50 kilowatt charger. 15 minutes to get to 80%. So we're going, it is 7:24, I charged to 80%. I didn't have enough time to work out how much it cost us. I will tell you that when we get to the next charger, which hopefully will be Ionity Spain, and hopefully it will be available and not blocked. And the best news was the toilets were open. Currently we've got 128 kilometers to go to get to Ionity in Spain. So why is the EDP app very important? Well, we've got the EDP app in Portugal called EDP Charge, I believe, and then in Spain we've got another EDP app called EDP Move On. Now, a legend called Juan Carlos from Madrid contacted me on Twitter. But what he told me was that if I use the EDP Move On app in Spain by the Portuguese electricity company, I can actually pay 45 cents per kilowatt hour at Ionity. Now, normally in Spain with the Ionity app, that is 79 cents per kilowatt hour. So I've installed the EDP Move On app, I've set it up. The next question is, why is EDP in Portugal, even though I'm a Portuguese customer of EDP at home, why is it charging me nearly 90 cents per kilowatt hour at Ionity, but in Spain the Spanish people can get 45 cents on Ionity? It just doesn't seem fair, does it? Definitely not. So we're just coming up to pay the toll road in Portugal. In Spain there shouldn't be any tolls all the way to Madrid, but obviously in Portugal, because we've got toll roads. Let's see how much this little trip is costing us then in tolls. €16.30, and basically I paid €16.30 to do 174 kilometers. Is still 7:53 and we're still in Portugal, and we're just about to cross the border to Spain. Just to give you a couple of stats, so we've done 192 kilometers in total, and our average has been 19.8 kilowatt hours per 100, and we're just coming into Spain. So now it's gone from 7:54 and it is currently 8:54. Just to let you know, we've got 70 kilometers to go to the Ionity charger, and we've got 197 kilometers on the GOM. So in Merida they've got 2 Ionity chargers, and they've probably got lots of Tesla superchargers because they've got Tesla superchargers. This week Elon Musk opened up a lot of Tesla superchargers in Spain for non-Teslas, like my ID3, and I think this one in Merida is included in that scheme. So why am I not driving to the Tesla superchargers in Merida, and why am I going to Ionity? One reason really If you're from the UK, France, Germany, Spain, you are allowed to use the Tesla superchargers if you're a non-Tesla owner. But if you're from Portugal, obviously, you're not allowed to use Tesla chargers in Spain. Obviously, Tesla drivers can use Tesla chargers in Spain, but not Portuguese people. Somebody did mention if I was to put a Spanish address into the Tesla app, then I'd probably be allowed to use them. I thought about doing that, but I thought, well, I can't be bothered really. Perhaps that's correct, perhaps that's not correct, I don't know. I'm thinking that all the non-Tesla EVs are going to be on the superchargers this weekend to test them. So hopefully Ionity is going to be empty. Let's see. So we're 8 kilometers from the charger in Merida. Just to let you know, we've done 120 kilometers since the last charge. Our consumption has gone down to 18.7 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. There definitely seems to be less wind here, which is great. Since the last charge, our average speed has been 116 kilometers. In total, we've done 257 kilometers, and our average speed in total has been 105 kilometers an hour, and our average consumption has been 19.3 kilowatt hours per 100. Yeah, so far, everything's going to plan. But we always knew this part of the trip would be easy. So we're just coming off the motorway now to go to the chargers in Ionity in Merida. They're 1.7 kilometers away, so we're going over there. I don't know if there's anyone charging. We have to go down this red road that looks like a cycle lane. Why don't they have the lights turned on? Or do they? Are they actually working? Here we go, this one here. We're at 32%, and I'm going to set up the Move On app, see if I can add my credit card, okay? Currently it's 9:33. Okay, there's a problem. Number 6 is not working. I'm not sure number 5 is working, but I'm going to move to number 5. Yes, it seems it's working, the Move On. Let me plug this in. So the app EDP Move On is just in Spanish. It said it sent an order to the charger. It did. This one's working. It wouldn't accept my first credit card. It accepted my second credit card. I had to do a pre-authorization of 50 euros. But let's see if this works. I hit clicking. That's really good. 32%. Yes, we're at 32%. Will it start? There's a green light on the car. That's amazing. 80 kilowatts. Amazing. So I'm using Ionity in Spain for 45 cents per kilowatt hour. You only heard this from EV Journey. Please click subscribe. And now we're at 86 kilowatts. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to put charge up to 100%. I haven't worked out what I'm going to charge to yet, but it'll probably be more than 80%. Absolutely amazing. Time left 45 minutes. So we don't have much time. I'm already at 84%. Just to let you know, at this Ionity station, if you ever come here, there's an Audi and there's a petrol station. At the petrol station, if you buy a snack or something in there, like a packet of crisps, you can use their toilet facilities. Just one thing about Ionity, look. The bin is completely full. What's wrong with people? If they see a bin is full, can't they just take their litter home? That's what I'm going to do. I've had something to eat, I'm going to take my litter home. Anyway, it's a bit rubbish. And it stinks, the bin, as you expect. So what's the plan? We are going to go here. There's a 1 year charger. Now last time 1 year didn't work for me. It is about 152 kilometers away exactly. If that charger doesn't work, there's another charger in this town here, Navalmoral, which is 158 kilometers away, and that one should work because it's can work with Mood EDP, what we're using now, Waylit or Electro Maps. That's the token. If this one doesn't work, we're going to one here in Oropesa, and there should be some there that work. If that one doesn't work, we're going here, Talavera de la Reina. Now, if I get this far and none are working, this one here is 216 kilometers away. So this means if none of these along here work and I get there, it means I'll only have about, if I go to 90%, it means I'll probably have about 5% on the battery, which is what I don't want to happen. I want things just to work. Now this is the danger zone going from Merida to Madrid, because I'm outside my comfort zone. I'm outside of Portugal. If I'm in Merida and this is working, I can always go back to Portugal, but now we're going on the long trip where there seems to be less charging options. But anyway, hopefully everything will go to plan. Just to let you know, At the last charger in Portugal at Ionity, we actually paid 88 cents per kilowatt hour. We put in 8.85 kilowatt hours, and that come to a total of €7.87. So quite expensive compared to the 45 cents we're getting in Ionity, Spain. So it's 10:17. I've been doing a bit of faffing around. We're at exactly 90%. I'm going to have to put the air conditioning on because it's getting warm in here. It's 30 degrees outside. Even though it's cloudy, it's warm. It's muggy, the weather. I've also put the car in eco mode, so it's using air conditioning, but it's not using it too much. And I set the air conditioning for 22. I might up it to 23. But 22 at the moment seems good. We'll work out later how much money I spent at this Ionity station here. I really have to get on the move. So our destination is, well, about 152 kilometers away, really. So now this is the risky part of the trip, but I don't think it's so risky because in my last video I tested all the charging apps in Spain, and if I thought I couldn't do it, I wouldn't be doing it today. So I definitely think it's good. But this legend, Juan Carlos from Madrid, he got in touch with me and he also said, if I go to an Iberdrola charger and I can't start it for whatever reason, to phone him and he will start it for me because he can start them remotely from his app. So there's a big thank you there to Juan Carlos. Hopefully I won't have to call him today. So I've got a backup as well. The backup plan is Juan Carlos, and I've also got the Electro Maps token, and I've got the Juice Pass card, so something must work somewhere. I'm driving at motorway speeds. I'm driving at 120 kilometers an hour in Portugal. In Spain I'm also driving at 120 kilometers an hour, and I'm using cruise control. And cruise control, where sections of the motorway go down to 100 kilometers an hour, then cruise control automatically slows me down to 100 kilometers an hour, then speeds me back up to 120 kilometers an hour. Now, this is exactly what I would do in a petrol car. I don't want fines. I don't want to go to a Portuguese or Spanish prison. If I do have to slow down because I'm worried about energy usage, I will let you know. Still 324 kilometers to Madrid. If I forgot to tell you, we left the last charger at 10:17. I don't remember if I told you or not. I checked the battery temperature of the car and it was 36.5 during the Ionity charging session. The next charger, when here, if it works, is only 50 kilowatt. 50 kilowatt's fine, as long as it works. Even 30 kilowatt would be fine, as long as it works. We have currently done 322 kilometers. Our average speed has been 99 kilometers an hour, and our average consumption has been 19.6 kilowatt hours. Now the bad news is we've done 57 kilometers since Ionity, and our consumption is slightly higher at 21.4 kilowatt hours. This may be because of the air conditioning, but the average speed is also higher at 108 kilometers an hour. So we've been going down a hill a lot lately. So I think from Merida we were going slowly up a hill, and now we're going down. That's brought our consumption down going down the hill. Since the last charge, which was 120 kilometers away, we're at 19.4 kilowatt hours. But we've been going downhill for a long time, and this is really helping consumption. But then on the way back, I'll have to go up this hill, which won't help consumption. It's exactly 11:30 now in Spain, which means I've been in the car for exactly 5 hours because Spain's 1 hour ahead. And we have done exactly 400 kilometers. So 5 hours for 400 kilometers, that's not bad. Our overall average since the start has been 19.2 kilowatt hours, and that average speed has been 102 kilometers an hour. So actually I think we're doing quite well. The scenery so far has been fantastic. Nice scenery. So looking at this charger location, it seems to be next to a Repsol garage. It's only 3 minutes away, and we're near Navalmoral de la Mata, however you pronounce that. I can't see a charger. You see there's some cars there. Yeah, I can see it right in front. Ah, and there's somebody else there. There's somebody parking there, but they don't look like... no, they're bloody plugging or some shit. Sorry. This one's got a green, so green must be good. Let's see if we can get to work today. Please work, please work, please work. And there's two of them, so it's a hub. Oh, it is 11:40 and battery is at 31%. We're near this one. Yes, let's click on it. We want CCS. We want charger 1. You have to click the CCS plug, which is this one, number 1. Next. Full charge, 39 cents per kilowatt hour. That seems good, full charge. Payment authorized. Press charge before connecting. Charge. Now select charger. Charge started. It comes out. Put it in, shall I? See if it works. Last time it didn't come out, so it's a good sign it's coming out. Let's see if we get anything. I hear a clicking. It's green! It's green! And it's charging the full 50 kilowatts. We're at 31%. The Wenia app is really nice. It's giving me charging speed at 52 kilowatts, great. And we've currently put in 2.54 kilowatt hours. So at the last Ionity station, it's actually better than I thought. We put in 31.35 kilowatt hours. That cost us €14.10. It was 45 cents. Well, in fact, it was 44.9 cents per kilowatt hour. Absolutely amazing. Love you, EDP, and move on. Just do these prices in Portugal as well, EDP, please. So we started this morning with a charge of 89%. Now I charge at home. I've got solar panels, so I'm going to exclude the fact I've got solar panels because some of this energy in my car was for free. And at home I pay 18 cents per kilowatt hour. 89% of the battery is 51.62 kilowatt hours. That equates to €9.29. So far on the trip, excluding this Wenia charger that we're doing at the moment, we have currently spent €37.54. Now, the one here that is the problem one is the Ionity in Portugal. Obviously, it was 88 cents. We only put in 8.85 kilowatt hours, and that cost us €7.87. We could have definitely avoided that. We perhaps should have charged at 90% at the first stop and then gone straight through to Ionity. If we didn't do that one, we'd have saved time and it would have been a bit quicker, but I did need the toilets, that's fair enough. The current average price of petrol in Portugal is €2.01. So to do this trip, 584 kilometers, I've worked that out at €71. So in a petrol car, that's €71. Currently, and we're 200 kilometers away from Madrid, currently we're at €37. So will it be cheaper in the electric car? Will it be cheaper in the petrol car? €70 is quite expensive. Now people are going to say petrol's cheaper in Spain. Yes, it is. Petrol is cheaper than Spain. In Merida I saw it was €1.84. But let's go and have a look out here. Out here in this station, the petrol is actually €2.02. So cheaper than the Portuguese average of €2.01. Obviously this is Portuguese average, so you can get cheaper and more expensive, same in Spain. So it's about the same really. This place is great. Look, it's got petrol, it's got places to eat, it's got local food, it's got chargers, it's got a restaurant, it's got a cafe, it's got everything. Really great location. If it was a bit later, I'd actually could stop here and have lunch. It said on Google Maps that to do this trip in a petrol car, it would take you 5 hours and 8 minutes. There's no way you could do this trip in 5 hours and 8 minutes, absolutely no way. That would mean not stopping. It's just too far, 584 kilometers, it's just too far to do that without stopping. I think in a petrol car you'll do it quicker, obviously. I think you'll do it probably 6 hours, a little bit over 6 hours, because you need to stop. This is where we're going in Madrid. We're here now, and we're going to go to here in Madrid. Now, I'm not going to drive into the center of Madrid because there would just be traffic. There's no point. So I'm going to go to the outskirts of Madrid, this place here called Mostales. It's 167 kilometers away. Obviously, there's no problem in charging in Madrid because there's chargers everywhere. This is actually a McDonald's charger, so I'll go there, then we'll come back to Portugal. I've actually stayed in this place before, or Alcorcón. There's a train to the centre of Madrid and back, some kind of metro. So if you are coming from Portugal, it's actually a good place to stay overnight, sleep in Madrid. So you can just get the train in the morning. You don't have to worry about all the traffic inside of Madrid. 167 kilometres, ideally I need 70%. I could stop on the way. I'm going to keep an eye on the consumption and I'm going to try not to stop on the way. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to charge to 90%, take a bit longer, and then see if we can go all the way to Madrid without stopping. It is 12:26. Again, there was a bit of faffing around. I charged the car to 90%. Hopefully that will get us all the way through to Madrid. Let's see, it's quite windy. There seems to be headwind, I don't know. In 33 kilowatt hours, and that came to €15.64. Great location, and now we're going to get up to 120 kilometers now, and we're going to go to the capital of Spain. So 136 kilometers to go and 220 kilometers on the gom. So I'm going to risk it. There's no need to stop here. I think we'll get there with 20%. 136 kilometers to go. Yeah, since the last charge we have done 32 kilometers. So we just keep going. If anything happens, there's another couple of charging stops en route, I hope. So yeah, we just keep going, why not? So now we're going past
Talavera de, what's it called? Talavera de la Reina. Now there they've got a couple of chargers, some 150 kilowatt chargers as well, I think, but we're not going to stop. We've got 181 kilometers on the GOM and 103 kilometers to get to Madrid. So it's going very well. 64% of the battery, which is more than enough. I think we'll get there with 20%, to be honest. As we get closer to Madrid, there's a few more cars. I'm trying to keep to 120 kilometers an hour, but sometimes I have to slow down. It's the last charge. Our average speed has still been 115 kilometers an hour, so it's not too bad. Most people are driving at 120, so it's good. So apparently we're going to arrive in 33 minutes, 57 kilometers. To our arrival point, 129 kilometers on the GOM, so no problem there whatsoever. Since the last charge we've done 109 kilometers, average speed 115 kilometers an hour. That's 20.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and in total since the start we've done 527 kilometers, and the battery is currently at a healthy 46%. Now I'm going to McDonald's because it has a charger and because it's close to the motorway, so hopefully nobody will be charging there and it'll be quick. Last time I was in Spain I ate in McDonald's, and I really must stop this habit because I'm not very keen on McDonald's. Last time I was in Spain I had one of these special burgers with goat's cheese or something, and the burger was just dry. It wasn't the best. Apparently there's Kentucky Fried Chicken next door to this one, so I'm going to try that one there. But anyway, I shouldn't be eating McDonald's or Kentucky Fried Chicken in Spain because the Spanish food is wonderful. They've got amazing different dishes, tapas and all of that. But as I really don't want to stay in Spain today, I just want to charge and leave. This is just a test. I won't be eating in good places, which is a pity. I should have stayed overnight really in Madrid. Next time I bring the family, we can stay a few days and have proper food. Here we are, Madrid. Did you see the signs? We're just in Madrid now. Haha. So it is 1:44 in Madrid and 12:44 in Lisbon. That means we've taken 7 hours and 14 minutes so far, but we're not at our destination yet. Our destination is another 12 minutes away. Just to let you know, we have covered since the start 565 kilometers. Now I have to look at the map because I don't know where the hell I'm going now. Oh yeah, I keep going along here. But anyway, yes, excellent. This has been really quite easy, hasn't it? At both times I didn't need to charge to 90%, and I didn't need to charge at the Ionity charger in Portugal. I think with that considered, I could have probably done this 20 minutes quicker, perhaps 30 minutes quicker. But it's a risk. You don't want to be taking risks. You want to do it nice and relaxed. And we're actually finally in Madrid. So it's wonderful. We'll just go to our destination then, shall we? Should be right by the motorway. Should be able to see it from here almost. Let's turn off here. Here we are. We're arriving. So if we can find a charger, see if it's working, see if someone's there.
Please take the first exit.
First exit, here we go then. See how I can do this. 77 kilometers left on the GOM. KFC, yes, I can see KFC. So we have to go around here somewhere. Now, next to KFC, there should be a McDonald's.
Now turn slight right.
I think the McDonald's is here. Yes, that's it. McDonald's is here. The charger, and there's no one charging at it. Amazing. They're all like Tesla chargers today, yes, for the win. Let's do it. So currently we're at 23% for the win. Haha, 23%. Perfect. It is exactly 1:55. That means it's taken us 7 hours and 25 minutes to get here. Now I'm going to use the Iberdrola app. I'm going to be quick, so I'm just going to set the charging going. Now how many kilometers? So since the start, 583 kilometers, average speed 99 kilometers an hour, driving time 5 hours and 54. So 5 hours and 54 is just driving time. 19.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So perfect. So it's charging on the Iberdrola app, which is Recarga Publica. It's 39 cents per kilowatt hour. We're getting 50 kilowatts charge, which is excellent, exactly what I should be getting. This is a 50 kilowatt charger. It's at 23%. I'm going to see how I can get over the road, get a cheeky Kentucky Fried Chicken. I think I can even sit outside, and I'll catch you for the return trip back to Lisbon. I'm in a bit of a rush. I had to wait 20 minutes for my food in KFC. I sat outside, ate my food, and I did some calculations. So the whole trip from Lisbon to Madrid in electricity cost us €46.73. So that's €46 in electric versus €71 in petrol. Electric for the win, it's cheaper. Okay, then it's actually 2:48 and we're going back to Portugal. Woohoo! So if we can get out of here. So I charged to 90%. Yeah, when I got back into the car, it was already at 86%. So yeah, it's just how long it takes you to do things. So even if yours in a petrol car, you'd have probably stayed exactly the same amount of time. So that's why it's always good to have chargers at restaurants. You can make use of them. So we put, so that cost us €15.10 and it was 38 kilowatt hours that we put into the car. What I'm going to do, because we arrived with 23%, I took that 23% off the trip from Lisbon to Madrid, and I'm adding the cost of that 23% to this trip. So we know exactly how much it costs when you're only using public chargers. I can try to get back to Portugal as quickly as possible, but I still can't take any risk. We can see if we can beat the 7 hours 25 minutes, I don't know, but I still can't take risks because in some places, if a charger's broken or it's just stopped working suddenly, you really need that 20% to get to the next destination. And now we're going back to Portugal, and as you can see, it's still cloudy, but it's extremely hot here. It's 33 degrees here. I've got the air conditioning on, I've got the car set to eco mode. A miracle has happened. We have done 100 kilometers since Madrid, and the miracle is our consumption is only 15 kilowatt hours. That's right, 15.0 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. It's actually just gone down to 14.9 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and that's for 100 kilometers. So what does that mean? That means that we have used 28% of energy to do 100 kilometers. Normally we would use 40% of the battery to do 100 kilometers, and we've just used 28% to do 100 kilometers. Now that is absolutely phenomenal and fabulous. So that means I can go straight through to the Merida we were at this morning. Why is this? I think the biggest reason is wind. I think we had a lot of headwind coming here. Now I don't feel any wind. Either we've got wind pushing us along, or we've got a bit of headwind. I think it has been slightly downhill as well this first 100 kilometers, but even so, I know we're going to get some big uphills, especially after the next charge. And our average speed is 110 kilometers an hour. I had a bit of slow traffic coming out of Madrid, but that was short. And now we've got 120 kilometer an hour roads just for us, it seems. We have done 685 kilometers, and our average consumption has gone down for the 685 kilometers. That now is 18.8 kilowatt hours per 100. So fabulous news. So the miracle continues. We have done 158 kilometers since Madrid, and we are at 14.7 kilowatt hours per 100. I've increased the air conditioning to 19 degrees Celsius, as 18 was a bit cold, so it's absolutely amazing. Our average speed has been a massive 113 kilometers an hour. We definitely have some wind behind us, or some other miracle is happening. Battery is currently at 45%. That's unbelievable. Remember when we arrived in Madrid, we were at 23%. And we started with 90%. So in Madrid we started at 90%, and now we're at 45%. And we're 5.8 kilometers away from the charger. So we're just going to turn off to the motorway. Hopefully the charger's still working. If it's not, there's another charger in this town, I believe. I can see it up there. Yes. We're here for the win. I have not seen a single electric car yet on this trip. So is it going to be this time I see one? No, they're empty. Beautiful. Let's go to the same one again, because last time that's working. So it is currently 4:18 in Spain and 3:18 in Portugal. Currently at 42%, unbelievable, and in Madrid we arrived with 23%. So we're pulling the full 50 kilowatts. This car is absolutely amazing. We're nearly at 80%, 5 minutes left. This is just to let you know so you can see the screen. Here we've got 750 kilometers, average speed 99 kilometers an hour, and 18.5 kilowatt hours per 100. Since the last charge, just look at that, 166 kilometers, 14.9 kilowatt hours per 100. Absolutely phenomenal. The average speed was 108 kilometers an hour. Just to let you know, at that charge in Madrid, it did actually charge us 39 cents per kilowatt hour. So we paid €15.10. That's great. And we're going to Ionity in Merida because obviously that's cheap and is quick. I'm a bit worried because there's an uphill. 80% is going to be more than enough because I looked on a better route planner. Better route planner says we just need 52% to get there. Right, it's 4:49 or 3:49 in Portugal, so we're off. Quite a quick call, I think. I checked a few things. The battery temperature of this car, so it's done 750 kilometers. It's done a lot of fast charges today. When we looked at Ionity earlier, the battery temperature was 36 degrees Celsius. Do you know what the battery temperature is now? It is 37 degrees Celsius. The battery management system in this car is phenomenal, especially when you consider the temperature we have got today. It's currently 33 degrees, it's very warm outside, and we've had hotter, 35 degrees. So now we're starting to climb up the big hill. It's very beautiful, through a lot of the battery going up here, more than it should. And then hopefully once we get through this mountainous region, we'll start to go downhill again towards Merida. We're doing 120 kilometers at the moment. There was one stretch we had to do 100 kilometers an hour, but we're keeping to the maximum speed limit allowed. Here we start climbing up. Yeah, so now it recommends you don't do 120 kilometers an hour, you only do 100 kilometers an hour, so that's going to save the battery a bit. And it looks like we're about to go through a tunnel which is 90 kilometers an hour. The light's green, so we can go through the tunnel. Good stuff. It's only 1.2 kilometers, this tunnel, not too bad. And in we go. So let's just have a quick look, because it looks like we're going downhill now. Yeah, we're still only, we're 20.1 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, so that's fine. So the hill wasn't as bad as I thought, and now we should be going downhill to Merida, and it looks like that's exactly what we're doing. So yes, no problems at all. Easy journey. Just seen my first electric vehicle, a white ID3, but luckily it was coming from the other direction, a Spanish one. So we've got 19 kilometers until we get to Ionity. Let's look at the stats, shall we? The wind seems to be picking up, so I'm not quite sure if it's behind me, at the side of me, or in front of me. But anyway, since the last charge, we've done 133 kilometers. Power consumption's been good, 17.2 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. That's good. Average speed 113 kilometers an hour. And currently, how far have we got? Currently we've done 883 kilometers since this morning. So we've got 18 kilometers to go, as I said, and we've got 109 kilometers on the gom, so that's fine. And the battery is at 34%. So I'll expect to get there with around, I don't know, 25% battery or a bit more. So we're going back into Ionity Merida again. 12 minutes past 6 in Spain. We're still in Spain. There's nobody at Ionity. Excellent news. Excellent. The status of our battery is 27%, so that's perfect. And we're going to use EDP Move On again to see if we can get that to work. It's 25 minutes to 80% from 27%. I'm actually getting 100. I'm actually getting 98 kilowatts. Amazing. This car's just amazing. How far have we actually driven in it today? 902 kilometers. Woohoo! In the last charge in Wenia, we added 21.82 kilowatt hours. That came to €8.78. It's 6:42 in Spain, 5:42 in Portugal. We're so close to Portugal now, I can smell the bacalhau. I'm going to go to the Ionity in Portugal, but for a very quick top up. And then I'll go to another charger for another quick top up. But I don't want to spend all the time in Ionity, because I could charge 80% in Ionity in Portugal and get all the way home. But it's going to be expensive.
Attention, border ahead.
So we're just leaving Spain now and coming into Portugal. It's 7:23 in Spain, and as we cross this border here, we're now in Portugal, it is 6:23. So we're at 999 kilometers. ,1,000 kilometers, and it's 6:37. That means it's taken us 13 hours and 7 minutes to do 1,000 kilometers. our average speed has been 104 kilometers an hour, and our consumption has been 18.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Driving time has been 9 hours and 57. So basically that means we've spent 3 hours charging or resting or whatever. So if we were to do this in a petrol car without stopping, it would have taken us 9 hours 57. Remember, we've had breakfast, we've had lunch, so I think that's very good. I know Bjorn Neeland did this in 10 hours and 45 minutes, I believe, 10 hours and 45 in this car. Obviously he took a route to take advantage of the 1,000 kilometer challenge, such as he probably only charged to 60%, not 80% or 90% like us. But we've done a real route using real chargers, quite a lot of 50 kilowatt chargers, from Lisbon to Madrid, and we're on the way back. It's been fantastic, and we're going to keep going because we haven't finished yet. We've got probably a bit less than 200 kilometers to go. So after this trip, I've actually been impressed with the charging situation in Spain. As long as the apps works, everything is good. I think between the Wenia charger and the Ionity charger in Merida, there's a gap that's a bit too big, and there's another gap that's a bit too big, so perhaps we need a few more being installed, which I think there will be. But as long as you can get the apps to work, that's great. And we did get them to work. So we used in Spain today the Wenia app, the EDP Move On app, which is fantastic, and we used the Iberdrola app, and everything just seemed to work. If I had problems going to Madrid today and coming back, I would have bought a Tesla. But obviously you don't need a Tesla. We don't need the Tesla superchargers. As you saw, everything went wonderfully. Leave your comments down below and tell me what you think. Just about to come up to Ionity in Portugal. So since the last charge, we've done 123 kilometers, average speed 108 kilometers an hour, and 19.1 kilowatt hours per 100. Oh yeah, there's a car charging on one. Woohoo! Another electric vehicle. Yeah, 32%. And it is 6:54. In the last Ionity in Merida, we entered 29 kilowatt hours, and that was only €12.94. So our total so far, without this charge here, is €43.09. And we're going to charge to 60% because the next charge is 94 kilometers away, and I'd like to arrive there with at least 20%. 7:07 in Portugal, and I only charged to 58%. Let's live life on the edge for once, shall we? Instead of going to 60%, should save me a kilowatt or something, no doubt. Or 88 cents, as we call a kilowatt hour in Ionity, Portugal. We've got 93 kilometers to the next charger, and then that will be a quick charge as well, just enough boost to get us home. So it's 7:54 in Portugal, 8:54 in Spain. The temperature has suddenly dropped. The charger's in 2 kilometers, which is great because currently we've only got 18% of the battery and 51 kilometers on the GOM. Hopefully these chargers will work. I've never tried them, but I guess they will. We have done, since the last charge, 90 kilometers and 22 kilowatt hours per 100. There's been a lot of up and down, so it's been eating in more into the battery, but the average speed has been 116 kilometers an hour. So it goes in. Oh, there's someone charging. No, it's a Leaf. Oh, Leaf is Chademo. Good. Leaf is Chademo. Hopefully they should have 2 fast chargers, and they do. Yeah, that's for the win. The CCS for the win. Seems to work. Let's go. So it's 7:56 now. So that's right, 17%, I'm getting 100 kilowatts. So we've charged up to 40%. We're just leaving, it's 8:06. So I've got 45 kilometers to get home, let's go. It's 20 past 8 in Portugal. So that means at Portuguese time, we left Madrid at 1:46. So if we can get back to the starting position before 8:46, we can do it under 7 hours. Now that will just be amazing, because if I remember correctly, it took us 7 hours 25 minutes to get to Madrid. I can't remember, something like that. Anyway, it was over 7 hours. So let's see if we can do it under 7 hours. Now we've been helped a lot by the wind on the way back, and because of where the chargers have been positioned on the way back, I've been able to be a bit smarter with the charges. So now we're just about to turn off the motorway. This will be the last of the motorway today. Then we've got around, I think, about 8 kilometers to get back along country lanes. Exactly the same route we took this morning. When I said this was a shortcut, I wasn't joking. Bit different to motorway roads, these ones. So we're pulling in now, just down here in the town near Lisbon, and it's currently 8:31. Find somewhere to park down here and that will be the end of it. Haha. So the battery's at 22%. I think we arrived in Madrid at 23%, so it's uncanny. Almost the same. It's 8:32, 8:32. Let's park up here. This is good. We're back to the start position. 8:32. So that's right, 8:32. Let's have a look at everything. Been absolutely amazing. This car's amazing. Now let's have a look at this, shall we? So as you can see, we've done 1,166 kilometers. Average speed 102 kilometers an hour. Driving alone has been 11 hours and 32. 18.7 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. That's good. As you can see here, the car is at 22%. It took us 6 hours and 46 to get here. That is quite good. That is well under the 7-hour mark. Just a bit better weather, a bit more luck in where the chargers are placed, and yeah, I think honestly in a petrol car you definitely wouldn't do it under 6 hours. I'd say probably 6 hours 20. You have to rest on the way. You can't do it without taking breaks on the way. It's just too far. And in total, since this morning, it's been 15 hours and 2 minutes. It's pretty good going, isn't it? 15 hours and 2 minutes.
At the Ionity charge in Portugal, we put in 13.76 kilowatt hours, and that came to €12.13. At the last charge, we put in 12.06 kilowatt hours, and that only came to €6.39. So what's the total price of the trip from Madrid to Lisbon? So total cost was €56.85. That's still cheaper than €71 of a petrol car. Now the whole trip cost us €103.58 on charging costs. In a petrol car, that would have been €142. So that's a saving of €40. Now there may be some petrol people here who say, well, that's not much difference. But this was a long trip, and this was a trip where I needed to use lots of public chargers. Normally, every day for my daily commute, I use solar panels at home. So normally, it's much cheaper for me to charge than it is on public chargers. So, electric vehicles, extremely cheap to run, and as you can see, electric vehicles, especially the Volkswagen ID3, is perfect for long trips. Just one more point. Here we're 4 meters above sea level. Madrid is 657 meters above sea level. So we did a lot of climbing on the way to Madrid.
Thank you again for watching this episode of EV Journey. Please remember to click subscribe, tell your friends about it. Hope you've enjoyed the trip. I definitely have. And thank you again, and leave some comments. Bye.